Like, the only time I've ever wanted to go to Burger King is like Dream Breaker. Oh, that's appropriate. I'm. Oh, Dream Breaker. So appropriate. Dreambreaker. That is the essence of the Void Walker Warlock. I thought I was in for a fun time trying out a new subclass, but here we are now. Hot off the trail, the Behemoth Titan, I am now here playing the Void Walker, trying to discover which actually is the worst subclass in the entire game. I previously thought it was Behemoth. I think I've now changed my mind. I have never used anything as ineffective as the Void Walker. Let's talk about it. I am going to keep it short, simple, and sweet this time. This is the build I was using the majority of the time. Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Pocket Singularity, Vortex Grenade with the two aspects, Feed the Void and Child of the Old Gods. Now, I know what you're thinking. Use Chaos Accelerant. No, it's garbage. I tried it. It could not work, even when using it with Controversial Hold, the thing that is supposed to make Chaos Accelerant good. It just wasn't doing it for him. Abilities were not doing it. Had to rely on Child of the Old Gods and Feed the Void for Devour. Even at that, it was still garbage, which actually impressed me. Fragments I used the entire time. Echo of Leeching, Echo of Provision, Echo of Exchange, Echo of Vigilant. Now, personally, I don't know what any of these do, and I'm not even going to read them. I stole this build off the internet like I always do. Thorn, Osteostriga, Conditional Finality, Unending Tempest. The only guns you're ever going to need ever when you're playing a Warlock, and it didn't even matter. The guns were so good that the subclass didn't matter. For secondaries, Glacioclasm, My Baby, Shayura's Wrath, and Philo. I know what you're saying. Philo. Wow, why using Philo? Easy, because I'm insane. Moving on, I didn't even use heavy weapons. I couldn't get heavy ammo to save my life. There was no safe way to secure it. Healing Griff, don't care. Grenades, don't care. I managed to die every single time I even begun to step forward and take heavy ammo. But yeah, that's what I did for here. Back to the rest of my commentary. Thanks, me. Going back to what I was saying about this subclass being garbage, I noticed that the only way to even have a remote shred of an advantage over other conventional good subclasses was to try to spam abilities and elemental orbs as much as humanly possible. The Void Elemental Orbs were crazy for me. The little Pocket Singularity with the melee, it was good as an engage tool, being able to see people around corners and throw it out and just get a good little volatile proc on, for initial engagements. And apart from that, using grenades, I thought that all of them were bad. I mean, Scatter Grenade, Axion Bolt, they really didn't do anything. It got to the point where I just stuck to using vortexes just to clear lanes and stop people from flanking or doing all of that good stuff. The biggest strength of this build that I noticed was Devour, surprisingly enough. The one thing that sets this class apart from anything else is the ease of which it's able to get Devour. There were certain instances in the flow state when I really noticed that Devour was doing some serious work when it came to regeneration, health, and abilities. Likewise, using it with Shayura's Wrath really felt as crazy as it could. I mean, the combination of Kill Clip and Devour and getting Void Overshields through the aspect upon getting kills with Void weapons, it felt so good that I didn't want to stop using it. And then I pulled out Thorn because Thorn was getting a brand new catalyst, and I thought I could use some practice with it, and Thorn, Devour, it was proccing in the most haram ways I can think of, but it was just all gunplay. I mean, ironically, the game about being space wizards, you can't really be an effective space wizard with a Void build. The abilities are just behind the power curve for the Warlock, I would say. And let me get to the penultimate Void Walk, Nova Walk, whatever it's called. I don't even respect it enough to learn the actual name of it. It sucks worse than any super I have ever used. It was worth the Behemoth Titan. That's all I will say. Now I'm going to rotate to the only clip where I was able to string together more than one kill upon activation. The charging radius for this thing is garbage. It has absolutely terrible mobility despite having a built-in blink. The range for this thing is just so minimal. Like, people that you think you're going to hit with it, you're not going to hit with it. Reconsider your life's decisions if you say to yourself, I'm going to use blink on Nova Walker in hope I can do some work. The playstyle I was doing really might have been because I was trying short ranges with an SMG. I don't know how much better I would have fared if I tried to take the range back a little bit with anything longer. I mean, the Devour buddy, the Void buddy, doesn't have particularly good tracking or range. Yes, it sticks to a surface, and it is really good. It's one of the best area denial tools in the game, in my experience playing with it and playing against it. However, when it doesn't track onto people in the first place, and it isn't in the correct areas in the first place, it's just hard to justify using the subclass. I mean, I wish I was using Nova Bomb. If I was using Nova Bomb at any point during this play session, I think I might have had at least a little bit of fun. So many times I was killed by Nova Bomb while I was using the Nova Walker. Maybe 6 or 7 times. It was comical that people using the better version, the slightly better version of the same subclass, were able to do that to me. As much as I would love to keep this going, I think I'm going to end the Yap session here because I don't have anything else good to say about this subclass. Now, ranking it compared to Stasis Titan was ineffective because it's been nerfed into the ground. Nova Warlock, I don't think was ever good. Now, I'm probably wrong, and I don't doubt that. Please correct me if you think I'm wrong. I'm going to ignore you, but make yourself feel better. I'm beginning to make a new, updated version of the tier list. As good as the first one was, that was really just for social issues. Now, we're seeing how a middling PvP player treats these subclasses by themselves on their own standing. Now, Glacier Titan, I'm just starting off by throwing this in niche. I thought it was okay. I could have made it better, but that was really due to my skill level personally. Nova Walker, this has no redemption whatsoever. Now, I wish I could split this in half between Nova Bomb and Void Walker, Nova Warp, whatever it's called, but I don't even think that it would save it. Granted, you have a slightly better super, but the rest of the class's kit, it's antithetical. It's good. It doesn't support the way the game is meant to be played. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end things for the day. I think I'm going to do something with either Arc Warlock or Strand Hunter. As of the recording of this video, the new season has dropped, so I need to take a look at the rest of the changes to the subclasses. Now, I do not believe, from what I have read, that any of the changes are going to make Void Warlock even passable or begin to be usable. But we will see. I'm not going to correct myself. Thank you for watching.